$50 silver by the end of July. It is possible. I am going to say why it might happen and why it may not happen. Be advised, this is not financial advice whatsoever. These are just my thoughts in this video. So take this with a grain of salt. I'll let you know what I'll think in a few minutes here about both sides of this coin. Help me out with the likes. That really helps get these videos out to more and more people. I am 149 subscribers away from 7,000 subscribers. Thank you all so much for subscribing. If you're not yet subscribed, come join the party. Come join Stop the Milk campaign. It is all free with CoinShop Chris. Let's get into the video right now. Look, there's a lot of talk out there. We're at 39.06 or so in the futures market. We got up very, very fast. Some people set to choose on the sidelines. I'm sure those people are saying, what the heck just happened? I thought it was going down. Look, I warned about that. I'll say it again. I warned about that. Don't get used to a pattern of behavior right now with the silver, especially with the silver market. We got Russia now buying up silver. I wonder why. What do they need silver for? Military use? Leave it as that. India is buying up silver. What are they using that for? Solar panels? China is buying up a lot of silver. Why? You got to look at the picture. BRICS invited Mexico to their meetings. Mexico is the world's largest producer of silver. What's happening behind the scenes? Okay, we don't know. I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball. Yeah, I can understand some people are backing off with the price right now. But if we get into the low 40s next week, where are we going from there? Are we going to rise quickly up to 50? That's possible. Look, the COMEX is about 1 billion ounces short with their contracts. World's silver production worldwide is only about 830 million ounces. What happens if everybody sells off the shorts? Ask for delivery. Where's the COMEX going to get it? They're going to have to come into the open market and get as much as they can. Get as much as they can. They don't have it, my friends. The heck with the paper contracts. We need physical. Keep getting the physical as much as you can. Cost average your stacks. Cost average your stacks. Look, we're in a delivery month. We're in a major delivery month for silver. I don't think, all right, this is my thinking right now. I really don't think we will see $50 by the end of the month. I could be wrong. Look, we will have to wait and see at the end of the month what Jerome Powell is going to do with interest rates. We got a little bit break in August. August is a major delivery month for gold. Gold's going to have to be watched in August. We just got Basel III imported in this country July 1st. Is that pulling up the silver price as well? Gold's kind of staying stagnant right now. Look at the mining stocks. You know, you got to look at what's going on. Silver Mountain mining stock, which I own. I don't own a lot of shares. They bought back a lot of shares. I own a lot more than I own now. They bought back millions of shares back. People were selling off. I said, I'm going to hold. I'm going to hold. I was down quite a bit. Well, let's say less than $1,000 for what I had. Just being transparent here. All right, 700 and some bucks I was down on that stock. Thursday, that stock rose 33%. Friday, it gained another 18%. I warned about that stock. I've had it in previous videos. I've been transparent of what stocks I own. I said my two biggest holdings are Silver Mountain on the silver side, and my biggest holding on the gold side is First Mining Gold. First Mining Gold's jumped up a little bit. It's not done that well yet. It's coming, my friends. Why are these silver mining stocks, some of them, starting to pull ahead? Something's going on behind the scenes. Somebody knows something. Look at BlackRock. BlackRock is buying a lot of gold right now. What's that going to do for the silver price? I think we're going to see, my estimate right now, I think we're going to see $50 silver by mid-September. That's where I feel comfortable saying that right now. We could see it in July. You know, look, everybody was expecting Friday to be down. Right? Everybody was expecting Friday's the monkey hammer day. Friday is the monkey hammer day. Then people start saying, well, maybe it will happen Monday now. You know, I really don't like a Friday's big jump because sometimes it does happen on a Monday where we get a little bit of a pullback. Could happen. I'm not saying it's not going to. That's like the norm. But I've said before on this channel, we can't get used to the normal times. Can't get caught up into the normal. Look, summer months are normally the worst months for silver and gold. Silver's spiking right now. We're in the middle of July. Silver's done quite well. Gold's been holding its own. Gotta look what's going on worldwide. We know the dollar is dying every single day. The dollar's down nearly 10% year to date. Yeah, we could see it. We could see that $50 silver. What's going to happen then? People will get scared out and sell it off. That's where your COMEX is going to get their silver from. These dealers are going to get so overloaded, and they're going to send it off to the smelters. That's where it's going to go. You know, I hope we don't ever have to get to that point where we're never going to get to the point where we melt down 90% silver at the shop. That's for gosh darn sure. We're holding. Keep stacking your 90. We got to stop the melt of our 90. I released a video yesterday. The people who have silver and gold, when the crap really hits the fan, the people who have silver and gold, we're going to have to rebuild this country. Because everything will be shutting down. Look at the job loss. Every time we turn around, we got more and more job loss. Check out channel sponsor Pimbex for all your silver, gold, and platinum needs. Platinum's doing quite well right now. I have no idea what's going on with platinum. We know China's probably buying it up. It's not going to continue. We're going to see continue rise in platinum as well. Look, yeah, I know I'm all over the place today. But times like this, you're trying to make heads and tails of everything. So check out channel sponsor Pimbex for your silver, gold, and platinum. Last day, last warning for the silver quarter deal. 3 rolls or more. Check channel sponsor Pimbex out if you are interested in 3 rolls or more of silver quarters. Next week, we're going to do a whole different deal. I'll announce that tomorrow. Look, we're in trying times. We're in difficult times. We're in unknown. We're really in with the silver being where it's at right now. We don't have a lot of charting to go by. There's not a lot of charting from here to 50. And of course, 50, there's no charting. We got to keep this in mind. This kind of reminds me of the summer right before 2011. Before we get almost up to 50. It's kind of reminding me of 2011 in a big way. But we know what happened in 1980 with the Hunt brothers. We know what happened in 2011. The financial crisis started in 2008. This time's different. We have more debt. People have more credit card debt. Interest rates are higher. We got a lot of things going against us right now. For that side of it. But for the precious metals, we got a lot of good things going for us right now. People get used to trends. I will say again, don't get used to the trends. That's happened before. Not saying silver's not going to plunge back down. Not saying gold's not going to plunge back down. I don't think that's going to happen. We might see a little dip Monday with silver. Very well could happen. But don't plan on that. All right? We could see a plunge Monday, a buck or two. And in the middle of the week, we could see it spike right back up, go over 440, and not show that $39 number again. We got to keep stacking. I know. It's getting difficult. It's getting more and more pricey. So you got to change your habits. You got to change your habits. Buy a little bit less. Cost average. If you get in your stomach saying, I do believe the silver price is going down, then wait. But don't wait too long, because on the flip side of that coin, like for the ones that were waiting for $17 silver at 22 bucks, never saw a $17 silver. Keep that in mind as we're stacking. Keep that mental note in your mind that don't make the same mistakes that you may have yourself made a mistake before on that, or you're coming into this newer. There's too many unknowns. The mining stocks kind of scare me right now. When you see it jump like it did on a couple of these mining stocks, something is behind the scenes. Somebody knows something. Think about it that way. Look at Silver Mountain stock. I'm not making this up. Over 33% jump on Thursday, another 18% jump on Friday of this past week. What is that telling you? No, I'm not up 50% on that stock. I was down, remember. That is where we're going, my friends. That's just how fast these mining stocks can take back off. And I'm not advising anybody to buy that stock. I'm not advising anybody against to buy the stock. I've told you already in a previous video. I'm going to be transparent. So what I did was, for this next a little bit less than 60 days now, if that stock hits 350, every single share will be sold at 350. I've already placed a sell order at that price. Just being transparent. You know, it's over a buck now. I think about $1.13, $1.14 a share right now. Yes, the buybacks, didn't like the buyback system they did with that stock. It hurt, but I'm glad I hold on to it. I'm actually up now on that stock. All right, I'm just going to say that again. I'm not a financial advisor by any which means, but when you got silver going up and you got the mining stocks, some of the mining stocks, and this is a junior mining company. On top of it, they're not producing yet. They're not producing yet. So when you got that riding along with silver uprise, something is fishy. Somebody knows something. We have to see what happens tonight, Sunday night, 6 o'clock in the East. What's going to happen? We might not see big action right at 6 p.m. We're going to have to wait to see what China does at 9, when China market opens at 9 p.m. on the East. Or is it 8? Whenever China opens. Asia opens first and China comes on board, then London opens afterwards. We have to wait to see what these overseas countries do with the silver price. Keep an eye out. You know, I know most of us are going to be in bed when London opens as well. You know, we got to keep an eye out for everything on this overnight. This could be a big night. This could be a nothing burger night. A down day Monday, tomorrow morning. And then pick right back up in the middle of the week. Anything's possible right now. I'm going to keep You know, I talked to a couple of the coin shops, and they're like, we don't know what to do. We don't know where it's going. We don't, you know, this time, everybody keeps saying this time's different. This time's different. We're all holding our breath to see what happens next. You know, I'm glad our shop is well stocked. Other shops may not be as well stocked. I do believe once you hit that 40, though, which could happen this week as well, I think you can see a lot more people coming in to purchase, and it could be taken off from there. Help me out with that thumbs up. Make sure you share the video out. Subscribe if you're not yet subscribed. Coin Shop Chris is going to keep you updated of what's going on. If you have questions about silver, gold, or platinum, reach out to me in my email. It's always in every single description of every single video. Keep stacking, my friends, as much as you can. We'll see you later this afternoon. Thanks for watching. Coin Shop Chris is out.